Second game of the day in the Huya Invitational. Best of 3 still, of course. It is gonna be China's finest? Can we call them that? TeD and Hainiu, they are the 2v2 specialists. They have been really successful throughout all 2v2 competitions, basically, that there were in China. Most recently, only being bested by Infi and TH. Infi and TH, who moved on to win the whole tournament there. Looking so strong. But yeah, they are absolutely a force to be reckoned with. TeD carrying and the Night Elf buying space. But they're going up against exactly the same combo now from Korea. It's gonna be Czech and MichaeL, aka Lucifer. In the red, by the way. So oftentimes when you play Night Elf Undead, you're looking for specific timing pushes, tier 3 timings, tier 2 timings. But when you're playing against Night Elf Undead on the opponent's side as well, you're basically running into the same timing, aren't you? So I wonder how they're gonna play this. Keeper hunts opening by both elves. And the same openings here for the Undeads as well, which is not TeD Fiends, but normal Fiends with a delayed hero.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, Czech goes to harass the Night Elf main right away. So I guess that means Treants first. Oftentimes, Twisted Meadows early will revolve a lot around harassment, trying to hunt down workers, ideally units, but that's rather unlikely, because the camps here are pretty hard to creep, so not very reliable, and they're in the middle of the map as well. TeD though will not be deterred, will not be distracted, going for the first camp instantly. And it's actually MichaeL here is coming to harass. Coming to say hello. I'd love for the two keepers to just entangle each other. Spend all their mana. Entangle the other guy. And this is, by the way, how you can tell that it's MichaeL. Sacrificial Skull already in his inventory. His favorite item. Big last hit right here. Oh, that Wisp! Gets the detonate off before the coil, so he doesn't give experience away. Even got some skeletons here. Not all skeletons, though. 3 Fiends very early by TeD. Looks like he's going for late tech. Keepers haven't revealed their skill points yet, but it should certainly be Entangle. Tech coming in now for TeD, and yeah, it is a little bit faster over here for MichaeL. There we go. That's the first Entangle. Wisps are ready, and gets it off. Nicely done by Czech here, helping out MichaeL, and the Wisp over there from Hainiu. A little bit too late. That grants him the first kill. That Wisp was a bit unnecessarily sacrificed, but whatever. Only one Wisp. So it's a 2 Fiend for 1 Huntress exchange. That's a great start for the Koreans. But this Fiend is definitely going to be falling now. Coil gets invested to find the last hit on the creep. That means the Fiend falls. But the Huntress as... oh, almost as well. Just detonate one more time. So many Wisps everywhere. My goodness. Everyone's out of mana. But it was still favoring the Koreans a little bit. However, it's level 2 for the DK over here for TeD, which is a big, big upgrade in these little skirmishes in the early game. Night Elves probably will not be teching, will only be staying on hunts. Teching up, pumping up to 50 supply, and then giving all the resources to the undead. The undead in this mix, Night Elf Undead, is the carry.
A player's forces
Firing away from the back line with the Lich, with the Orb, and probably triple hero. Putting in the DPS, while the Huntresses try to hold the front as long as they can. Normally, that's not very long, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Quick levels here for TeD. Wow, he's level 3 already. Damn. That's really fast. MichaeL only level 2. Completely out of mana, by the way. These merchant camps are really valuable in the middle. Normally, all the labs go to the player who spawns next to them. But the merchants in the middle, they can be contested. And these camps are so important because they can drop auras. Devotion Aura and Flute. And there we go. Nighthorn of Stormwind, aka Devotion Aura, found by TeD. That's an excellent item. That and the Flute, the two best items you can hope for. The Koreans now, looking for the same camp. I like that Czech is always bringing West. This makes a big difference. Being able to answer the entangles. Boots of Quel'Thalas. Oh, that is very, very unfortunate. Pretty imbalanced item drops here. But that's the way it goes sometimes. One attack upgrade on each side already for the Fiends. But I don't think the Koreans can fight this. MichaeL is completely out of mana. Trying to run out of range of Entangle. And they do manage to do that actually. This force is deceptively strong. It's like only tier 1 hunts plus fiends, but it is pretty powerful, especially with the Keeper with Entangle. Who's almost level 3 now, by the way. Going for the next cap. And TeD and Hainiu have fought their way back very well. The early exchange really didn't favor them. But now they're creeping up more, getting more levels. DK's almost level 4. What the hell? This is so fast. MichaeL is level 3 as well. Lich is out. Can at least get some value of these Boots of Quel'Thalas on the second hero.
Players' forces are under attack.
Tier 3 coming in much faster now for TeD. Interesting. Slow with a tier 2 tech, but then a tier 3 rush after that. The Lich, though, quite a bit later, so his level progress will be slowed down quite a lot compared to MichaeL. It's continuing up here. Yeah, Czech's experience also far behind that of Hainiu. Is going to be getting level 3 here, though, and I guess that's the most important thing. Still solo creeping the DK. It is nice to get a level 3 coil, of course, but this is a lot of camps being denied the Lich. Here comes the Lich now. If he solo creeps, this is going to be level 2. But he can't creep anywhere else, really. Unless he goes to the islands, maybe. Lich solo creep up here as well for MichaeL, and that brings him pretty close to level 3. If he solo creeps the gold mine after this one, he is going to be level 3. Oh, sneaky expo by Czech. That's an unusual position that might not be getting scouted for. And Czech actually managed to steal the lab away from his opponent's side. Hoping for the aura again. Rune Bracers. No auras at all for the Koreans. That's pretty unlucky. The Chinese forces here are marching by the expansion. Not looking for it. Not expecting it. Oh! The shop. Very far forward. Definitely in a dangerous position. MichaeL has to TP in quickly to get the orb. This is extremely important. He TPs in aggressively. Now in a very bad position. Goes for the orb. Managed to get this. Oh, that was a bad TP. That was a really bad TP. TP should have been over here. And MichaeL's Fiends are getting roasted, man. In a horrible position. And the follow-up by TP by Czech is here. It should have been right here. Okay. Horrible, horrible start to the Koreans. For the Koreans in this fight. This is, I think, almost unrecoverable. And now the Lich is stuck as well. Oh my goodness. Disaster TP by MichaeL. Just a simple tier 3 timing. turning out to be way, way, way too effective. Oh, and here come the crit lords, by the way. Oh, beautiful impale up here. My goodness. And without a lich, down to only 2 fiends, MichaeL can't do too much. This was a nice impale, but doesn't seem to be enough. Lich, who seemed to be struggling with levels a little bit there for TeD, is suddenly level 3 as well. More coils coming in. But TeD is fighting 2v1 right now. But it seems to be good enough. GG! And the 1-0 lead for TeD and Hainiu. Yeah, that was a god-awful TP. God-awful. Also that shot position. Really shouldn't be that aggressive. In 1v1, maybe, but not in 2v2. I think if they just have a decent fight position, and also the Night Elf comes in first, then the Undead, that can very well be working out for Jack and MichaeL. But I guess TeD and Hainiu are the favorites here. They have proven themselves time and time again in these 2v2 tournaments, so 1-0 lead it is for them. There we go. Second map will be Goldshire. Again. Cool. And that is chosen by Jack and MichaeL. Do they have something special planned? I wonder. So here we go. Second game. Are the colors completely confusing now? Yes. Okay, that's a little annoying. Can we change that maybe? Yeah, that's better. So, TeD and Hainiu here, bottom left in the blue. And Jack and MichaeL in the red. They had a tiny little lead after the first little skirmish, but fell behind pretty quickly after this. It was such fast leveling. I was so surprised. The DK was like level 5 in no time. Completely insane. So we have a Fiend build on both undead sides once again. And Keeper hunts. Bottom hunts! I was about to say this. Bottom hunts used to be the way this was played all the time, so you can have the aura for the undead later on and have great value there. And that does make sense on paper, but she is so much worse in the early game. Doesn't have Entangle, doesn't have Treants, only has an aura or an orb, which is both really bad for the early game. But if you do get to the late game and you're not behind, she is much stronger than the Keeper, no question. Thank you very much, Metzger, for the 27-month resub. So I guess the important thing is going to be for TeD and Hainiu this time to always bring Wisps, because they're going to be going up against the Keeper. Is he stuck? For a moment I thought he walled himself off, but no. I remember playing this map 2v2 with Tsui back in the day, and I was always hoping for a Tome of Experience here. There was a chance for a Tome of Experience at this camp previously, but of course nowadays, not anymore.
forces are under attack.
Yeah, so far, nothing too exciting going on. Goldshire is also a map where it's not that easy to creep. Like, you have some safe camps in your part of the map, but they don't amount for much experience at all. If you want to level beyond that, you have to go aggressively. Oh, wow, it's an owl level 1. That's kind of cool. I never know how I feel about owls. I feel like in some weird way, they're kind of broken.
A player's forces are under attack.
Because you can't kill them. You can't dispel them. You can do nothing about them. But at the same time, they provide 0 army strength. Like, nothing at all. You guys know what I mean? Like, 1 in every 1,000 games when I play ladder, and my opponent has an owl, I'm like, well, shit. What am I supposed to do about that? And yeah, you can't really do anything about the owls. First fiend kill, going to check. And an early expansion by Hainiu, okay. MichaeL also creeping up the gold mine. Taking a bit more damage, but seems to be working out well enough. I like the owl, by the way, as a strategic choice here by Hainiu. Good for early game vision. He knows what's up at all times. It also gives true sight, by the way, so you can detect against Boro. Perhaps that will become a fact later. And it's definitely better than the searing arrows. Searing arrows are just kind of meh, and in the late game they're basically useless. Especially in 2v2. Level 3 DK for TeD once again, pretty fast. But the bottom now doesn't have the aura. The big reason why she's picked is the aura. But she didn't have enough time to find enough kills just yet. And yeah, the wisps are way too late. There should have been plenty of wisps over here for quite a while. Oh, Fiend survives though. 1 of mana steal being used. Wisp running in for the detonate. Keep her now out of mana. Huntresses dying quickly, as they oftentimes do. But it's the Fiend in the back which are the determining factor here. It seems like the Chinese are holding, actually. Despite having invested to this expansion early, this push doesn't seem to be doing much to them. Czech, in fact, is counter-expanding here in the north. Tree almost done. So, tech done for TeD already. Same over here. So, MichaeL. Once again, early game trading. Going in favor of the Chinese, I guess. But this is the big downside of a bottom. Can't lock anything down with an entangle. Still they get the kill. Very surprisingly. This level 1 bottom seems to be winning the early game. How weird is this? Oh, if they kill this tree. Oh boy, if they kill this tree, this is looking really desperate for the Koreans already. Uh-oh.
Is under siege.
1 of Fiends for TeD, by the way. 1 of Fiends for MichaeL as well. DK forcing to the heal pot. That's a lot of Huntresses. 7 hunts attacking the tree. I think they could have committed to the tree. 1 Fiend kill, going the way of the Koreans. And then we go again. Oh, Lich coming out now. This is a big upgrade for the undead army for MichaeL. And most importantly, the tree is still alive. More kills going the Chinese's way. 1 coil left for TeD. Uses that. He has to TP though. Yeah, realize it a little bit too late. It's going to cost him at least 1 fiend. Oh, 3 fiends die. That was a big mistake by TeD. He should have TP'd there way sooner.
A player's forces
But the
are
expo's
under
still
attack.
running. And TeD will probably be the main recipient of all that, of all those resources. Ooh, 100 stuck in the base. Tier 3 coming in for TeD. Tier 3 coming in for MichaeL much, much later. But with this one engagement, map control now going to the Koreans, going for the Overlord. And I think this one drops the auras, like the command aura and stuff. Very high chance of an aura from this camp, if I am not mistaken again. Yeah, it is that camp, but no aura, only the Hood of Cunning. That is pretty unfortunate. Bottom finally level 2. But you really want her to be level 3 at this stage in the game. Her creeping has been pretty lackluster. But I think we're a pretty even state, right? Both Night Elves around 50. Both Undeads at around 40. Tier 3 coming in. MichaeL's going to have the legit advantage once again. But if the Koreans claim Stormwind here in the top left, they're going to have a big experience lead. Here's the Lich now for TeD. No level 2 on him, but he has the orb. And that's definitely more important. Bottom coming in a little bit late. Heal scroll in the inventory. Only one. On the Korean side, we have one heal scroll, one protection scroll. Fiends for MichaeL 1-0. Huntresses 1-0 as well for check. Hunts 1-0. Fiends 1-0. But the aura. We have the True Shot aura.
The town is under siege.
Pressure on the tree again, but the Chinese trying not to be flanked too hard. And a Dark Ranger third for MichaeL. Okay. I imagine for Black Arrow and not for Silence, but Silence could be effective as well. TeD aiming for the Huntresses right away, opening himself up to the flank right here. Lucifer is finding a lot of damage at the bottom. Oh, she was surrounded. I didn't see that. Bottom surrounded right there, was forced to TP away, and TeD follows. Cryptlord coming in, but didn't really have any effect. Nice play by Czech, seeing the weakness of the exposed bottom and forces the TP away. But the later the game goes with the hero choices, this should be favoring TeD and Hainiu more and more. The bottom scales way more than the Keeper, and the Cryptlord also scales better than the Dark Ranger, probably. But it's going to be hard to find levels in the Cryptlord.
A player's forces are under attack.
MichaeL in the top left, trying to gather more experience. Getting glitch to level 3 would be a big deal. And TeD and Hainiu, I think they're wasting a little bit too much time here. At the green camp of all places. This is a nice play by Czech. He's threatening an attack when it's obviously just a ruse. It's just distraction for MichaeL to creep the top left. This is really nice. This is really cool. Thumbs up to Czech. Smart play. And it's working. Bottom staffs away. Gets a heal scroll, but there's more heal scrolls to be had. Czech gets heal scroll, protection scroll. And there's more heal scrolls in here. Dude, MichaeL got so much experience up here. Level 2 Dark Ranger, gonna be level 3 Lich. DK, not really close to 5, but getting there bit by bit. Coming in with the TP now towards the expansion. Good TP coordination this time. Not like last time. Oh, invitation for an Impale though. That was a massive one. Protection scroll everywhere. Wisps everywhere as well. Crypto doesn't have mana anymore, getting silenced, getting focused. Lich in the back, but TeD finally reaching level 2. Dude, there's so much stuff stacked up on top of each other here. It's pretty hard to see what's going on. Now finally, the Chinese are backing off a little bit, repositioning slightly. Mana potion used on the DK. More coils now available. Level 2 on the Cryptlord. Perhaps it isn't that hard for him to level. Oh my god, these kills. That Nova was insane. Finding 3 Huntress kills. That is a level up for the bottom as well. Finally level 3. And with level 2 True Shot Aura now, these fiends do 7 bonus damage. Which is a literal crap ton. DK here extremely close to level 5. But mana is all out. TeD didn't bring statues. What the hell? Whereas we have MichaeL with the statues in the back. Cryptlord now in deep trouble. That third hero should be falling. A few more right clicks, and he's gone. Finally statue now for TeD coming in. He was morphing all those destroyers before, I guess. And there's some more regen again. Dark Ranger in trouble. Right clicks coming in. No call to save her. And that is level 3 for the Lich. This aura, man, being so useful right now. At level 3 on the pod, it may have changed everything around. Hunters is +4, Crypt Fiends +7. And yeah. The Chinese take that fight. It looked like the Koreans were able to hold on there to repel the enemy forces, but not quite. And now going for the tree. Already damaged, no repair. Repair wouldn't really do anything anyways, and the tree falls. Paladin doesn't have a TP, by the way. Could staff out. TeD, he could TP him out himself if he wanted to, but he doesn't want to. Wants to look for more fights. Wants to look for more kills. The DK right there doesn't have a TP anymore for MichaeL, but makes it away to the backline. He is very fast. Level 5 on both undead first heroes. Especially dangerous for the Night Elf heroes. Coil Nova could find a quick kill. Keeper and Podum, both very squishy.
Forces are under attack.
They actually have the same amount of HP. Interesting. Podum with a little bit more armor though. New expansion coming up. It's being threatened by Nation of War down here, but it's not like TeD and Hainiu really need a new expansion. This is just like, I don't know, insurance or something. Time now in the favor of the Chinese. What will the Koreans do? Trying to expand again. Sentinel sees this instantly. Dark Ranger's coming back. Crypt Lord coming back as well. 3-0 upgrade on the Fiends would have great value. There we go. It's gonna be +8 or +9 then, I guess. We do have 3-0 already over here. These Fiends are gonna be so sick. With the Podum, they're basically gonna have 5 damage upgrades. That's pretty insane, man.
Under siege.
Cryptlord is back with the mana pot in these big 2v2 fights. AoE stun is very good. Not as good as the War Stomp, but still pretty good. Also, very strong tank. Alright, how much bonus damage is this gonna be? Oh my god, it's gonna be so much. The Koreans are posturing, trying to buy time again for this expo. But the army, especially for TeD, is growing, and for Hainiu as well, actually. 65 for the Night Elf, 64 for the Undead here on the Chinese side. There we go, Crypt Fiends. 3 attack upgrades, +8 from the aura. And then we go. First Impale, it's the Huntresses. I like the Wisp for the Detonate, that's really good. They have to get a mana advantage here to have a chance in this fight, I guess. Bottom level 4. And MichaeL's forces here kind of caught in a weird position, but the Podum is as well. Eats the Nova focus, and I talked about the coil earlier, and he gets the kill. That was the one big mistake. And now with the hero gone, the aura is suddenly not a factor anymore, but the Crypt Lord gets level 3. And that's level 2 Impale. Oh my god, beautifully hitting all those fiends. The Potter may have died, but the Hunters are still all alive and doing decent damage against the fiends. Level 4 now on the Lich, plus 4 intelligence. And you can also use Dark Ritual now very well for plenty more Novas if he wants to. Focus on the Crypt Lord, probably the worst target out of any to go for. But, I don't know, I guess they have to try something. Crypt Lord, Nova, right-clicked. Keeper, I mean, not Crypt Lord. And now, this is an unstoppable force at this point. Not enough anymore for the Koreans getting just bulldozed by this mass hunts, mass fiends army. I haven't seen this army comp and this, yeah, so successful in a while. This is like the old school way of playing this. Mass fiends, mass hunts, aura, and just slam with high level heroes. GG! 2-0 for TeD and Hainiu,
Under attack.
making it through to the semifinals.